Thank you, Donna, for a wonderful homily. When I have that feeling of disliking somebody immediately, I remind myself that those are the people who end up being really worth getting to know. But thank you for that. Judy Rountree wanted me to remind anybody who would like to send in a photograph of a beloved pet for next week's Blessing of the Animals to please do so by Tuesday. That is the deadline for photos. And Kate just wanted to give us a little update on how the Discernment Committee is coming along. And then today is our kickoff for the annual stewardship campaign. So the Gilchrists are going to have a word or two for us. Thank you. Anything else?
Yeah, a couple of things. First of all, I've been going to see Persis Williams almost every month for a long time. And I saw her last week, and I got to know the coordinator for this so-called memory unit. And she is just marvelous. After we both walked out and went out, she went into her office and I went in. She wanted to know my name, my email, and so on. It turns out that there is a program that they have available for everybody in this unit, everybody, and that is called Life Loop, and they keep track of the activities that the individuals who live there and what they have done during the week. And not only that, there's an option to send them postcards every week, and you can go. And so, particularly for those like Persis, who literally has nobody else, she said this, connecting with this postcard ministry, and I will send you the link. Connecting with the postcard ministry would simply mean a lot. All she gets right now, well, she gets the bulletin, but she doesn't read it accordingly. But she does read the newspaper. I just need her to, and she would love to have some postcards and an addendum here. The De Silvis have lots of apples on their old Wolf River apple tree. We have an apple ladder. We have scoops that we got from Dennis's mother so you can reach up. So, just come. We live at 284 Christie Hill Road, and the tree is very obvious. We're across from the chicken barn. Thanks.
I want to remind everyone that this Wednesday at 11 a.m. there will be a memorial service for Judith Thompson here at St. Francis, and immediately following the service will be a reception at Parker Ridge.
If you see a smirk on my face, it's true. I have to give you an update, and I can't tell you anything. It's one of those moments, though, not unlike my interpretation of the gospel, would be that moment when the story is that there's prayer, and then you don't really hear anything, and then there's a change. That's where we are. We're listening. We've asked a lot of questions of some candidates. We're listening carefully to their answers and to each other and to you. So keep us in your thoughts and prayers.
Good morning. At 9:52 on Saturday morning of the busy Labor Day weekend, Sarah Everdale sent an email out to the outreach committee here at St. Francis, and it said that Jessica Valdez of Community Compass wants us to help an elderly woman who has been approved for senior housing complex. The woman had very few possessions and needed furniture and just about all household goods. At 11:26, 1 hour and 34 minutes later, the following items had been offered, and the use of a pickup truck to not only pick them up, but to deliver them. An upholstered armchair, a small wooden bookcase, one twin bed with a box spring, possibly a second bed, mattress, and frame, pillows, blankets, sheets, towels, washcloths, a bath mat, a shower curtain, even a trash can. Sarah described that morning's events by saying, God saw that there was a need and filled it. That story and many others about St. Francis and many others that I've heard through the years, and many that I've never even heard, I'm sure, are the reason that it's easy for Peter and me to chair the 2024 stewardship campaign, and for me to stand up here and ask you to give, because giving is what St. Francis does. We give. This year, our theme is God's faithfulness invites us to respond. The last couple of years, all of us know we've been in transition. But God has faithfully sustained and worked through us all of this time. And St. Francis has remained a beacon of God's love and faithfulness throughout this community, even though we've had some transition going on. God's faithfulness invites us to respond, and one of the ways we're encouraging you to respond this year, of course, is pledging to the 2024 budget. Pledging, of course, means that if we get these pledges in, which is just telling what you're going to give next year, you don't have to write any checks right now. Just give the pledge. But the pledge lets the vestry plan what money we have to work with next year. The goal for this year is $225,000, which is a little more than we brought in last year. So that means we need to give a little more. If we could all individually just give a little bit more. 2024, we hope to ask and call and get a new rector. That will require more money for the rector's salary. Also, we all are experiencing inflation, and I don't anticipate that stopping for the church either next year. So if you can add a little bit to what you gave last year, that would be wonderful. The campaign is short this year, and so when you're supposed to get a letter this week, it's going out by tomorrow or Tuesday, and you'll be getting a pledge card in the mail, bright yellow, can't miss it. And if you would either bring it back next week, fill it out and mail it in, or you can even, we're getting very modern, you can even go to our website and pledge online, so you don't even have to do the pledge card. The campaign, the vestry decided it should only be about 4 weeks this year, so that means we need to give both generously and soon. And so if you would quickly get your pledges in. We really do want St. Francis to continue being a beacon of God's love and faithfulness in this community, and we need to support it. Thank you.
Hi. I went to an event Thursday evening at our local library, and it was about this program that Matt Murphy is involved with it, and I'm surprised we haven't really heard about it here. It's called One Small Step. And what it is it's an organization that is bringing conservatives and not so conservatives together to talk in a safe place for 50 minutes with a facilitator to make sure that things don't go awry. You don't have to you just give your first name. I guess you could even make one up if you wanted to. And if you want, at the end, you can get a recording of the conversation. And there are going to be only 3 recordings that are going to go to, at the end of the year, they are going to be going to the Library of Congress for all time. And I just think it's feeling a great need of, bridging the gap between conservatives and not conservatives. And I think it's really needed. And they are desperate to have conservatives involved because they said, up here, so many people are progressive. So, I gave away a whole bunch of these flyers this week, but I'll just put it down, I'll put it downstairs. No, yeah, at the table. And you guys can, take a picture of it, look at it. They're going to have an event, and I'm so sorry, I don't remember, but if you go to the website, you can find out, down at the Alamo. And I think it's this month, but it might be next month, where you can learn more about it and hear from people that have actually been involved with the program. And here's the cool thing. WERU was the only New England radio station that was selected to be involved. So, it's our local radio station. So, let's support them and see if you can get some conservatives, invite them to the Alamo event. Sorry I didn't tell you all I had.
Oh, no, that's great, that's great. Also want to invite people to coffee hour downstairs in the parish hall, given by the vestry today, right? Did you put it together? No, that's next week on St. Francis. Well, please come down to coffee hour if you'd like to meet and greet people. That'd be fine.